Hello, universe. Happy VD. I used to know a guy in New Hampshire who would say such phrases on Valentine's Day because he was a frustrated homosexual male who felt he was not given the same opportunities to find love and be loved in the universe that everybody else was given, and that made him frustrated. So on this particular day, he took his frustration out by telling everybody happy VD in that sort of sing-songy, upraising, I hope you have herpes voice. Yeah, that guy was kind of a douche. He also used to make us say the word forward when we were giving him directions, for instance, on how to get to Arby's, rather than straight, because he was co-opting language for the purpose of sexual preference, orientation, bias, whatever. You work inside the education bubble and you run into people like that all the time, who are trying to redefine the game on their own terms, but they're writing the wrong rules to redefine the game. Instead, all they're doing is just graffitiing the original rules with more nonsense that makes less sense. See what I'm saying? And I haven't even smoked any weed today because that's how I celebrate Valentine's Day. Stone cold sober in 57-degree sunshine here as all the last month's snow is melting into mud in my backyard. Nice. But I'm having so much trouble today, and I have been thinking today for like 5 hours about what's the point of the simulation, right? How is it, what's it tracking? Or how did my reality shift? Why are there 6 people in the limo? Stains. Go get me a Kit Kat without a dash, or go get me one with. That'd be nice. Phoebe's barking at somebody a half block away, I'm sure, walking their dog, letting me know that they're out there. Thanks, Phoebe. Why did my reality shift? There is nothing worse than having to question your reality, because that ultimately is a question of how sane am I? Or I guess ultimately a question of how insane am I? Because if your reality feels broken, well, the number one way a reality can feel broken is because you're broken, right? But what if it is reality trying to convince you you're broken, and it is in fact reality that's full of lies, and your head's the only thing that has the truth? How do you know that? Boy, I used to think these questions were dumb. The Fisher King and all that stuff about, am I crazy or is the world crazy? And yet here I sit with that dilemma almost exactly. Is it me who's crazy? Or is the world insane? How would I know? How do I know? How do I know I'm not being lied to in every conceivable capacity? And yes, welcome back, capacity. You're exactly the word. For there is no scale on which I can imagine the lies being as deep as they are. So that means I must be crazy, right? I don't think we went to the moon. At least I don't think we shot a rocket to the moon. With 3 men in it, circled the moon. I don't think we shot something down to the surface of the moon from that craft, had it land successfully, then traipsed around on the moon for 24 hours, then got back in that capsule, then launched ourselves successfully with whatever fuel, petroleum, and physical force was necessary to eject from the moon, then connect with that same rotating body above that held the other astronaut, successfully reconnected all of that, and then shot ourselves all the way back to Earth to land successfully in the ocean, and nobody got hurt. And we did it 6 times. And not only did we keep going back, but the second time, third time, fourth time, can't remember which time, we brought a dune buggy. Then we brought our golf clubs. I mean, for Christ's sake, the lies are so easy to see, they're ridiculous. You're asking me now to shift into a reality that I know is filled with lies. Okay, I get it. The whole point of the simulation is to give you back the same challenges that you created by being whatever weak version of yourself that succumbs to the forces of impulse the simulation is tempting us with, right? I sound like some pseudo-nonsense religious dogma, and I don't mean to, but think about it. How else can you explain all this? How did my reality shift? How did my data set of facts in my historical record shift? Okay, I went crazy. Why am I experiencing everything else in complete and stark, real 3D universe, tactile, sensory input? Why has nothing else changed except the data set inside my own head? Why is it wherever I go looking to ground myself in reality, I get stuck in illusion? I'm the observer of what I thought was a chaotic, coincidental rise of assembled parts into some cosmic consciousness that was nothing but chance. The world seems to reinforce that. And then all of a sudden, your mind shifts to tell you that that's absolutely not the way it is. You've always believed this. You have chased down the evidence of this your whole life. You have always felt this to be the truth because you've always been told that's what the truth is. And now everything swelling from inside tells you that's wrong. Have you gone crazy? It sure seems that way, doesn't it? But what if the simulation is testing how resistant you can be to the temptations of an insane world that make you think everything in your head is wrong? What if that's the whole point of the simulation? Can you weather that storm? Can you come out the other side, having understood that the truth is the only thing of value in a world in which 3D cause and effect occurs? Truth is paramount, and the witness is the only thing that decides the truth. But collectively, we know what happened. We can describe it as something other than what happened, but we know what happened. What if all the NPCs are the people who have failed this test? What if the only ones of us persisting are the ones who keep passing the test, who do not succumb to the inevitable temptation this world offers you to forgive your humanity and become a lesser version of yourself? What if that's what the Mandela effect revealed? Those of us who absolutely will not succumb. We're here because we refuse to become NPCs. What if we're the only reason that humanity persists? It's starting to feel that way. I don't want to be alone in a simulated world where I'm the only sentient being. How much more isolated could I be? And so here the simulation keeps telling me, reach out, help. These people need you. What if those of us who keep persisting because we won't succumb are here to help those who have succumbed remember that they are who they are? They're not NPCs, they're just zombies. Can't figure any of this shit out. I feel like I'm on the verge of knowing something critical about everything. And it's just not there. I'm so close though. So if I continue to live in the kind, the forgiving and understanding capacity in which I believe I was manifested to exist, does the world change for the better? Is the simulation simply testing how deep your reserve is to fulfill your destiny as an energetic creature to be kind? Maybe. I'm kind first. I'm kind second. I'm kind third, really. I forgive and I understand because I'm kind. I want truth because I'm kind. You don't need to lie to me. I understand. I forgive you. And I'm here to create a space in which we can all be better. I want the NPCs to find their souls. Finding my soul may be the wrong description. Maybe whatever this experience is doing everything it can to try to convince you that you are alone in an isolated cosmic coincidence of chance. But those of us who realize that's just not true, maybe we're here for a reason. Well, nothing makes me feel more deluded than the statements like that, because you don't come into an evidence-based reality and make mumbo-jumbo statements that have no truth other than that's how I feel, and stand by them. But whenever you go looking for truth and you can't find it, well, where does truth really sit? Maybe the only truth left in this reality is the one you're born with, the one that tells you true salvation can only come from being kind, from being understanding, and for being forgiving. Whatever it is, simulation, today I feel like I'm failing. And I certainly hate feeling so disconnected between what I'm experiencing and what I think reality truly is. If anybody out there can solve that, well, I'm waiting to hear the answer, because nothing causes me more stress than my own reality.